special effects team went to Carole Baskin to film her tigers.
And they lived?
And apparently.
Oh, that's right. They're not married to her.
Uh, Good evening and welcome to an undead episode of the Sons of Haddonfield. As always, I'm Ian and this is Josh.
Hey.
And if what I said right there wasn't just a little clue, we're going to be talking about Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder.
Brand new zombie film from Zack Snyder, who has been in the genre before with the Dawn of the Dead remake. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people love that movie. I love that movie.
That movie is fantastic and I need to watch it again.
It's really good. So I think a lot of people are excited that Zack Snyder is back in the horror in the genre.
Now, when you say new, it's not that new. It was started off as an idea in 2007, and then got put on hiatus for a while, and then Netflix finally bought it in 2019. But they went at it hard and fast.
That is true.
Because there's already a prequel movie in the works, also being made, written by Zack Snyder, but directed by someone else.
And Zack Snyder said that he already knows where he wants to take it for a sequel that he wants to write and direct also. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of turning this into an Army of the Dead universe. Trilogy, perhaps. So that'd be kind of cool. I'd be excited for that.
I would be okay with it.
I believe I liked this movie more than you did.
You did, which is surprising because usually I'm the one who really loves the zombie movies.
That is true. I'm kind of burnt out on the zombie movie. I've been kind of burnt out for a while. I don't feel like they really offer anything new. And then this movie came along, and I felt like it did offer a little bit new formula to the tried and true zombie film.
That is true. It did do a lot of new stuff.
Things that we've never seen before in a zombie movie.
I'm okay with. Just some of the little workings around the middle and the beginning and end, I was like, man.
So the entire movie.
No,
the beginning, the middle, and the end.
There was just a few little parts here and there spotted throughout. That's why you loved it more than I did. I still enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it.
So I love the beginning of this movie. And can I get a talk about some bad roadhead? Am I right?
I mean, that's always a bad idea. Have you not seen any movie?
You took out an entire city by getting some roadhead.
And they died.
Well, yeah. But at least he died happy. I hope.
Maybe.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, the actual opening of the movie, like when the title, the opening credits are going on.
Bad Moon Rising.
Yeah.
Was a great cover.
By Thea something. I think it's her name. I can't think of it right now. I downloaded it earlier today and I've already forgotten it, but it's a really cool cover. Mm-hmm. But the opening scenes when the opening credits are going, I love it. You get to see kind of the destruction
the decay of Western society
of Las Vegas, yeah, and see how that's happening, and that's really cool. You kind of get introduced to the characters a little bit, kind of like a snapshot. Really neat how he did that.
I thought it was pretty neat. The opening montage.
Now, here's something. If you like a zombie movie, you will understand that most of the really good zombie movies, mostly from the grandfather himself, George Romero, mixed the zombies with politics that were going on in the times that the movie was being filmed in. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's any newsflash to anybody that all good zombie movies are rooted in politics and political activism, kind of. Mm-hmm. And there's good parallels between those that you can often see in zombie movies, kind of more so than other horror movies, for the most part. Mm-hmm. This movie is no exception to me, because you got all the people being held in cages at the border, not being allowed to leave.
In quarantine.
in quarantine, and I think that is very fitting right now because we actually have people in cages. It's very very fitting, and I think Zack Snyder did a nice job, um, kind of showcasing that and be like, hey guys, this is really messed up. We need to do something, and still found that way to make it a good zombie movie and still have that political side to it, like Romero did so well with his movies. So let me ask you: is $50 million worth it to you? And now, I'm not talking about if you and I. Okay, I'm talking if you had the expertise that Dave Bautista's character did. Okay, is $50 million enough for you to go into the the city of Las Vegas that is being overrun by zombies?
That has been for a while.
Has been for a few years now,
Mm-hmm.
and try to get this guy's money. Is that enough for you to risk your life?
No, well, not 50. It was 15, and they could split it however they wanted to.
No, it was 50 million, but they could split that however they wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
They had 50, and then he agrees for 15.
So I mean, he could take all 50 of it and be a selfish jerk if he
Well, I
wanted
mean,
to.
you can't really hire people to come help you.
You have to have really good buddies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 50 million wouldn't be enough. It makes you kind of think of like what else could have been going on around like the country to make 15 million worth going into a zombie apocalypse that's about to be nuked in like a day and a half. You have a day and a half
Well,
to get in and
they
out.
they thought they had a little bit more time because
Yeah,
they moved it up.
It was a day and a half.
Yeah.
They had to get in and out.
And Batista's character wanted the money to give to his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
who was a volunteer at the quarantine site where they were keeping the people in the cages to try to free everybody and get them to safely
Mhm.
out. So that's motivation, and plus he lost his wife
Mm-hmm. In the zombie war.
in the zombie war. The daughter that we're talking about no longer speaks to him. So if your life was, if you didn't have anybody else and you were trying to do something for a loved one, maybe I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
I could see doing 50 million, or you splitting it up, you get 15 million.
15.
But it was 50 million that they get.
And then that one guy got like 20K.
So I could see that. The rest of the characters, I don't think they all had a ton to live for. No families really to
It's
speak of.
definitely kind of like a dystopia.
Mm-hmm. So I really like that. I like that they broke the wall. They broke the rule of a zombie movie. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're
Most
referring.
zombie movies, they don't know they're zombies. Like, oh my god, what are these undead creatures? They're walkers, or they're crawlers. These guys are like, no, they're zombies. You gotta shoot them in the head. Don't you know anything?
It's because they had him captured in that containment and it got out.
So see, I like that. I like that the characters know what we know.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a step ahead of them. They're living through what we already know they're living through. I like that. I don't like them to beat around the bush and call them these other things. They're a zombie's a zombie's a zombie.
Yeah. Although with other zombie movies, it makes more sense. Like if it's a new virus or new something coming out.
Mm-hmm.
This was less of a zombie movie, more of a bank heist set in a zombie world. If you want to think about it.
So a zombie movie.
Yeah, zombie a bank heist though. It wasn't like survival, like a survival.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of zombies. We gotta run and we gotta
Yeah,
survive.
they weren't trying to survive. They had already survived
It
the
was
zombie
more
war.
action zombie.
They had already survived the big zombie outbreak. They were on the other side of the shipping containers. They were happily in their new life. They all had careers and jobs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I really liked was the character of Guzman doing the YouTube videos of killing the zombies, of shooting the zombies in the head and creating like the cool graphics for it and stuff. How like that just spoke to me. It's like that is so true. If there was a zombie outbreak tomorrow, I guarantee you there'd be people out there on YouTube like bang bang 30 points for me.
Yeah.
You know, I could just picture that. That was so cool.
Oh, that would definitely be the case as long as it was contained in like one area,
Mm-hmm.
not widespread like most zombie movies.
Yeah.
So like yeah, going in there. Oh, we're gonna get some headshots. It's gonna be fun. Um, One thing I really enjoyed Chambers.
Oh, okay.
Chambers. Her character, like her costume design, was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a nice throwback. Um, I thought to Aliens, the character of Vasquez from Aliens. I thought like her character was kind of molded to fit like that costume. She was badass, and I loved all her fight scenes and everything,
Definitely.
and those were sweet.
Yeah, I agree with that. Um, so these zombies are not your Walking Dead type walkers.
Well, they had those.
They had those,
but they
then,
also had versions of like the 28 Days Later ones, but it was a whole new thing.
like they had the alphas, and the other zombies knew who the alphas were and who the king and queen were. To me, it felt like the zombies were like an animalistic um, nature to them.
Society.
Yeah, kind of society to them, and they had a tribe, like kind of,
Yeah, that was to me. It felt a lot like I Am Legend. The zombies from I Am Legend, like because they're very like communal and they care about each other. And the one gets pissed off at Will Smith because he takes his girlfriend away from him. It had that vibe.
You see my face right now, people.
That's
I cannot stand that movie.
That's what those zombies were. They were cultured, but they were also stronger and faster. So they were like those zombies from I Am Legend,
Kind of, yeah.
but stronger.
But they're not supposed to be zombies in I Am Legend. They're supposed to be vampires.
No, but they're zombies. They're like zombie vampire creatures.
If you read the book, it's supposed to be vampires. Which is why I hated, one of the many reasons I did not like the movie I Am Legend.
I mean, it had that vibe.
Ugh, I'm glad I did not catch up on that vibe because I loved Army of the Dead. Do not like I Am Legend at all. The music to me felt like classic Snyder. We talked about the opening track, the Bad Moon Rising cover.
He always does some old folky song.
With the cover kind of, and just throughout the entire movie, not only the music, the entire movie like just felt like a true Zack Snyder movie.
He wrote, directed, and did the camera work.
So like, if you know Zack Snyder, if you're a fan of his and his other previous movies, which I am, you are, you're probably going to go into this movie and come out of it happy, and you're going to like it. You know what you're in for. If you don't enjoy Snyder's other movies, if you don't enjoy Watchmen, maybe you're probably not going to enjoy this one. It's not like Dawn of the Dead at all.
It's not.
Completely different. So everybody who was thinking we're going to get another Dawn of the Dead-esque movie with Snyder doing zombies again, we didn't get that at all. So you spoke about the zombies in here reminding you of I Am Legend. So a movie franchise came to my mind while I was watching this movie, and I'm going to put this on the table for you. How are you going to react to it? I want to see how you react to it. Okay? Planet of the Apes. This movie to me is Planet of the Apes, but instead of apes, they're zombies.
I didn't get that.
Huh? It's an animalistic tribe, but they're smarter. They know who's in charge. They know who the leader is. They have the hunters, and then they have the leaders. They know exactly what they want to do. They know exactly how to do it. It felt to me like it was Planet of the Apes, but with zombies.
To me, it felt like Ocean's 11 with zombies.
Ocean's 11. Okay. That's fine. I'll just throw it out there. What do you guys think? Is it more I Am Legend, Ocean's 11, or is it more Planet of the Apes? You tell us. I will say this, though. I know a lot of people are probably going to complain about the runtime.
It is a long movie.
It's 2.5 hours.
A lot of Snyder's movies are about that length.
A lot of them are, or longer. And I've seen a lot of people, whether it be Instagram or Letterboxd, I've seen a lot of people complain about the runtime. I'm not complaining about the runtime.
The runtime didn't bother me. I just wish more time was focused on the alphas, because there's like a lot there that they kind of like gloss over and don't really touch on. I would have liked to see more exposition about their characters and like what these zombies want.
Okay. I'm in agreement with you on that.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see more about them, and I'm hoping maybe on the prequel we will see that. Maybe we'll see how they became alphas and like how they kind of got to the point where they are in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. Um, the reason I'm not going to complain about the 2.5 hours though, the runtime on it, is because it took its time with each character.
Mm-hmm.
Each character feels fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
Flesh.
Yeah, I see what
Flesh.
you did there.
Thank you.
Zombies.
They feel fleshed out to me, and they're each given unique characteristics and attributes, and I like that. A lot of times with whether it be a zombie movie or any type of movie, really, you speed through them all. You don't get really the characters to like grow and become themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, I think you really do get that character development, which I am really happy about.
I was gonna say when you said fleshed out, zombies eat flesh.
I like it.
Brought to you by a local sandwich shop.
This will not say.
Anyway, so yeah, I did feel like the characters were fleshed out, and that I enjoyed that. Like each character had felt like they had a rich history, and like it wasn't just like, oh hey, this is guy who's gonna die because we haven't told you anything about him.
Exactly. Even the sacrifice, the horrible security from the imprisonment camp. Basically, call it what it is. It's an imprisonment camp. Even he had a backstory, and we knew why we didn't like him. We weren't just, hey, you don't like this guy. You're being told not to like this guy, and he's going to be a sacrificial death.
Mm-hmm.
No, we know why we didn't like him. We're happy when he gets killed. Last thing that I want to talk about, I don't know about you. Last thing I want to talk about is I don't think we can finish this video without talking about my new favorite zombie creature of all time.
The zombie tiger,
Oh my god.
Valentine.
That was incredible.
I loved the tiger.
One of Siegfried and Roy's right tiger.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they came up with a backstory for the freaking tiger. We're talking about backstories for the characters. Even the tiger had a backstory.
Well, I mean, Vegas, it makes sense.
It does. And how cool is like they could have just played it safe and like, we're not going to deal with that. But we all know that there's right tigers in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And so Zack Snyder was like, you know what? We're going to zombify one and put it in our freaking movie.
Mm-hmm. And it is badass.
It is so cool. It has the most satisfying kill scene in the movie, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
No spoilers if you haven't seen it. I will not tell you, but you're going to clap and applaud and stand up and cheer when the tiger takes out a certain person.
Funny story.
Yeah. Is it about a right tiger turning into a zombie?
It's about the tiger.
Okay.
So before Tiger King became a sensation last year, the the special effects team went to Carole Baskin to film her tigers.
And they lived?
And apparently.
Oh, that's right. They're not married to her.
And so that by doing that, they were able to film her white tiger, Siberian tiger there, and that's how they got the cool visual effects
cool.
that helped create Zombie Tiger.
So technically, it was a Carole Baskin tiger, not a Siegfried and Roy tiger.
That they filmed to use for the effects.
I feel like the Carole Baskin version makes much more sense to kill people and be in a zombie movie.
It does make sense. Yes, it does. The other creature I thought was really cool because usually in movies you don't see animals turn into zombies. Mm-hmm. It's usually like glossed over, like animals are immune or they just don't make it, but they don't become zombies. It's only people that become zombies. The horse, the zombie horse, which they gave the backstory as it was a police horse that was running around. I thought it was cool how they made that by putting this like special suit over the horse, and then like dressed it up.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That with the zippers and things like that. So the horse was fine. They didn't hurt the horse at all. But it was just
calm down, Peter.
It was just like a nice. It was like a cool black suitish thing. They put the horse on, like over the horse, and then like they put like the hood on it, like a lot of horses wear, and then they put like the coverings of the zombie and the bones like across this.
That is so
like,
cool.
Black suit.
That's awesome.
Over the horse, yeah.
I love seeing like we talk about the tiger, and the tiger is going to get all of the attention, but the horse is really awesome that they did that too.
Mm-hmm.
How is it just me? It might just be me, but how badly when Batista's character was rescuing her daughter, his daughter, and the pilot with the helicopters on top of it was supposed to be up on top of the building. She kind of left for a second, but she came back. How badly did you want Batista's character to yell, "Get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!" at his daughter?
I didn't really want that because Batista's not Arnold.
I wanted that so bad. Like, get to the chopper! Go! Get to the chopper!
That, I mean, it would have been kind of funny. But, I mean, that was one of the things I thought was kind of dumb. When they were up there on the roof with the chopper, they had like 9 minutes left. And they're just standing talking outside of the chopper when you have like less than 6 minutes to fly away from the nuke. Like, that was so dumb.
Well, they had to say their thank yous and,
You
I thought you were going to leave us.
You could do that on the chopper as it's flying
On the
away.
chopper! Well, they could.
And
but,
like, so like there was like little dumb things.
But you know what,
movie.
though?
What?
It wouldn't be as cinematic if they did that.
Yeah, it would have made more sense.
Um,
That's why you gave it a lot higher rating than I did, because there was like a lot of little loopholes, like and things like that scattered throughout. That I'm like, okay.
I honestly just have not had this much fun watching a zombie movie in a very long time. That's why I'm going to give it so high of a rating.
You gave it 5 stars.
I'm giving it 5 out of 5 cream zombie heads.
And I gave it 3.5.
So still pretty good. Not a horrible rating by any means. 3.5 is for us is a very good rating.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. It'll probably be in my top 10 of 2021, and it'll probably be in my top 5 or so zombie films because I am not a big zombie guy. I'm just not. I love and respect Romero and his work. I don't know. This one spoke to me. I had a blast watching it, and if I can have a blast watching a zombie movie, I'm happy.
It was pretty fun.
Anything else before we say goodbye to these lovely people?
That's all I had.
Well, you're already here. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Tell us your favorite part of the Army of the Dead. Was it obviously the zombie tiger? If it's not, why on earth was it not?
Zombie tiger was my favorite part of the movie.
It's got to be everybody's favorite part of the movie, man. Follow us on Instagram, Husker Sensei,
and Ibeck Joe,
and on the Twitter at Haddonfield Sons, not Sons of Haddonfield, Haddonfield Sons, and you can find us on Letterboxd, same handle as on Instagram, Husker Sensei,
and Ibeck Joe.
and that is all. See you later, everybody.